So, I always consider sacrificing is a part of the journey. I always took so many risks because I didn't want to have regrets down the road. And to not have regrets, you kind of have to take so many risks. It's just the way it is. And I paid a lot for some of those risks. I still, up to today, have PTSD because of some of those risks that I've taken, but I don't regret any of them. I knew if I would have not taken those risks, I would have not been today, and I would be someone with lots of regrets, or even a tiny amount of regret, but that tiny amount would have killed me. The higher and the better the goal is, the harder the path is going to be, the more bumps you're going to have on that path. But the results are also going to be better. Just don't forget hope. Be hopeful. Believe in yourself. I can do this. Hopeful and believing in yourself. And then hardworking. That's what I think. You need to learn new things, and you have to put yourself against challenges. Put yourself towards your breaking point, fall down, but wake up and get on back on your feet. Again and again and again. Because if you don't come out of your comfort zone, if you don't become uncomfortable, you can't become, I don't want to say better person, you can't go in a higher place that you were. You can't move forward. You're going to always stay in that small bubble. Is that your dream? Is that your goal? Then that's fine. That wasn't my dream. When you get to that point that you are feeling helpless, hopeless, I can't do it. I thought I can, but I can't do it. And do something. Go on a trip. Based on how much money you have, do something. Do something fun that takes the anxiety away. Talk to someone. Pick up the phone, talk to someone. Text someone. Email someone. Go on a trip. Play poker. Whatever that makes you feel a bit better than how you were feeling. But don't talk to people to say, oh, I've told you. I hate to tell you, but I've told you. You can't ever do this. But, you worked hard. You were, hard-headed. You wouldn't listen. You were not a good kid. Well, here is the consequences. 10 years later, nothing. I wouldn't talk to those. Look up for people who are role models. Always have a role model. And I don't want to be that person. I want to be myself in a couple of years, as good as that person, if not better. It's upsetting that when you Google, fashion role models have more followers than Elon Musk, Steve Johnson. But that's okay. That just means people are more into those things. But I think we can make a better world. I don't think me wearing Chanel head to toe is going to make the world a better place. But me being useful to my patients, to next generation, I love that better. It's just the way I think. And new situation, new challenges, but new achievements. And that's just the way it works. And your achievement could be very, very small and tiny, but it's something. Always know and be aware that you have lots of potential in you. And nobody knows them sometimes, not even till they're, 50 years old. They try so many things to understand, oh, I'm good in this. And they still have time. You're 50, you still have a fair amount of time to work in that talent and be amazing of yourself. You're going to fall down, but try to fall forward. Don't fall backward. Falling down is okay, but try to push yourself forward. Do things that helps with the stress. Stress, anxiety is a main factor here. That it's just the way it is. It's like when you cook things, you smell like food, and just the way it is. When you live in Canada, you get lots of snow. It's just the way it is. Have a plan. When that happens, what am I going to do? I have a friend to talk to. I have a therapist to talk to. I have medications to take. What do? I don't want to beat myself up. I don't want to say, well, my teacher was right. See, I failed. You don't want to do that, because unconsciously, the first mechanism of defense for defending our failure is blaming ourselves. And you don't want to do that. Sometimes you have to rescue yourself because no one else is there to do it for you. And in some cases, there are people who would love to see you drowning. Take that away from them. I know I'm not supposed to talk about negative people, but let's be honest. Those people exist. There are people who are jealous of me for having double flap Chanel bag. And if I lose it, they would say, hey, I'm so happy she lost it. We all have those people. I don't want to call them friends, but we do have those people. When you fall down, you don't want to talk to them because they're going to push you backward, and that could be catastrophic. You don't want that. Disappointed and losing hope. That's the biggest enemy that can happen to you. Disappointment and losing hope. Maybe a start point for challenging your life shouldn't be too big, because if it's too big and you possibly fail, that fail can have a high impact on you and you just lose it. So one step at a time. It's a long road with lots of bumps. Don't worry. One step at a time. Don't compare your today with 20 years later of someone else. Compare yourself with yourself in 20 years to be a better person. Focus on your goal. This is my goal. This is my dream. I'm focused. I want to do it. I'm hopeful. I'm positive I can do it. I don't believe in, energy and stuff like that, but apparently it comes sometimes true. I'm like, oh, my flights never get delayed. And they're like, listen, the weather is like this, but my flights don't get delays. I don't know, is I'm lucky, or I just believe my flights won't get delayed, just the way it is. One step at a time. When you take 3 steps and you fall down 2 steps, remember you're still 1 step ahead of where you were last year, yesterday, last week, last month. So try to look and take the positivity out of your failures. Try to learn something out of them. Okay, the other thing is some people don't take some risks because they're like, well, I never had the support of my family. I never had that, support plan thing behind me. I didn't want to do the risk that Elon Musk did, or this did, or that did. I just wanted to play safe. You can't play safe and achieve a lot. You can't play safe and go higher and higher and higher to a point that nobody would ever imagine you would get there, including yourself. I, in fact, think not having that planned support would help you to be more eager, brave to do it. I know so many people with the planned support, they are still down there. Maybe they don't take risks. I don't know what the thing is, but I've learned the less support you have, the harder you work, because you don't have anyone to rely on. And in fact, you have people who would be happy if you fail and you would be drowning. I don't want that. I don't want to give them that pleasure. I want to take it away. I want to make myself happy. I want to please myself. Fall forward, even if it's half a step, it's something. All successful people have failed a lot. The more you fail, the more risks you take, the better results will be waiting for you. But the main question is, do you want to be a successful person, or you just want to be an ordinary person living in a small bubble? Do you want to be a role model for your kids, for your siblings, for your teachers, for your colleagues, for your neighbors, or you just want to be an ordinary person? Or you just think it's too late. I'm 40. Sorry, it doesn't work on me. I don't believe that. I don't want to say bullshit, but yeah, that doesn't work for me. I'm seeing many people at some weird ages pushing through, having a goal, hopeful, working hard, getting there. Never is late. You will lose and suck in something because it's inevitable. But that shouldn't make you to lose hope. I'm going to say the word hope as much as I can. And I'm not sorry for saying that. And even if you get sick of it, it's okay. It's a good word to be heard a lot over and over again. Back in Iran, in my 20s, someone said something. I wrote that with, I don't know, it was a pencil or pen or what, I don't know. It was awful, on a piece of like napkin or something. And I put that, kind of stuck it on my crappy mirror, chipped awful mirror. The translation kind of was, you don't want to be a drop of water. You don't want to be the tiny river that leads to the sea. You want to be that ocean. So that was always in front of me every time I would just look in the mirror, instead of seeing these lines and Botox and fillers and, oh my God, I'm having a pimple here. Oh my God, my world is ending. No, I would see that note. You want to become the ocean. You're going to work way hard to get there. Otherwise, you're going to be just a drop of water, or just a river, or I don't know, a pond or something. Don't let others shrink you. Don't let them take your hope away. This is a big power over your life. Don't give it to anyone. Try to delete and remove toxic people from your life. I'm sorry to say that, but some of us, our parents are toxic. Our siblings are toxic. Our friends are toxic. We are friends for 20 years. But at this point, she's not my friend anymore. She's now becoming toxic. Because I got this bag that she couldn't get it. She's jealous now. Do I want it? No. Because nobody is more important than me. Not my parents, not my kids, not my dog, not my friend. I have to be selfish. So if that person is becoming toxic, goodbye. And I'm sorry if I'm hurting your feelings, but I'm more important than your feelings. End of the story. And we don't need people's approval for what we do. Think smart, set a goal, work hard towards it, and people who would approve your goal, there are not that many if your goal is too big. And the bigger the goal and the harder the path, unfortunately, the lower number who are going to say you can do it. Just the way it is. There are loser and weak people out there who are ready to tell you, you suck. And just to smile back and walk away. Use that negativity as a step towards your goal. Don't just quit, please. Quit means giving up. Means giving up on hope. That's scary. Giving up on hope can have catastrophic results. When there is a long queue, what do you do? And I meant this question, what do you do? Oh my God, I'm not going to stand in this queue to just get a fucking ice cream. Or, well, I'm just like everyone else. Let's just stand in the queue and see what happens. This many people are standing, I'll do it too. I grew up in England, so I'm into a royal family. I don't know how many of you guys watch and follow, but the late Queen, when he passed away, they put like a 10 days period for people to go, pay their respect, say their goodbye, and that's it. The queue was so long, and there were VIP, big people in that queue, including David Beckham, maybe the most famous soccer player of years in England. He sat in that queue for 12 hours, but at the same time he said, let's be useful even in this queue of the 12 hours of -2 and wind and rain and all these crap in London. So he went back and forth in this whole long queue, saying hi, selfies, cheering up, small jokes, talks. I'm like, wow, he's taking every opportunity to be useful. That's just amazing. We need to know that talents are not enough. I know lots of people that they're smart, they're talented, but today they're just ordinary people because they didn't have the guts to fail. They didn't have the guts to get out of their comfort zone. Or they just chose to have a simple life with no challenges, with no bumps, with no big dreams. This video, this talk is for people who want to dream and dream big, not for people who are looking to dress better today compared to yesterday. To gain something you never had, you have to do something you never did. It's going to be uncomfortable, it's going to be painful, it's going to be out of your comfort zone, it's going to hurt. But the more you would do and get out of your comfort zone, it's going to hurt less because you kind of get used to it. You're going to say, no, to get there, to get to the summit of Everest, I'm going to be like I'm going to be this, it's just the way it is. It happened before, it's going to happen again. At the end, I'm going to get to the summit. Feel responsible for your talents. They are given to you. And not everyone has the same talents as everyone else. I have born with some talents. My brother, my sister born with something else. Someone can be born blind, but use her or his skills and dream big and be hopeful and become a way better, influential, useful person than I or someone with 20 out of 20 eyesight. It's a funny thing. I was the only person with glasses or eyeglasses in my family, and even in the school people would pick on me, and then later on, why don't you just do laser or LASIK, or it's the same as Botox and fillers. It's okay, good for people who do it, but I love my natural aging. And if one day I know because of reading in the laptop 24/7 I got glasses, that would make me happy. There's something waiting for you out there. You just have to get out of your comfort zone. You have to just work hard, run towards it. You're going to get it. It's going to take time, but at the end, it's worth it. And you're going to be proud. Money, patience, hard work. What is your gift? What did nature give to you? Don't feel like I can't do anything. I'm dumb, I'm this, I'm that. I don't complete tasks. Maybe because you never loved any of those tasks. Choose the one that you love. Honestly, you're going to get to it. You started medicine, you didn't finish it. You started dentistry, you didn't finish it. Maybe because you don't love those things. See what you love. drama, act, law, go for it. If you love it, you're gonna thrive through it. Just don't waste your talents. We have a saying, if I want a fish and I live next to the ocean, I have two options. Go and ask someone, can I have one of your fishes? And I'm going to do that every day. Or can you learn me and teach me? Can you teach me so I would learn how to fish? Which one of these are you? Learning to become a person who gets her own fish every day, or being dependent on people? My lowest breaking point was 2011. But even after that, I got back on my feet. Maybe one day I'll tell you what happened. But the work got dark. I just thought, there is no progression. This is the ending of it. You dream big, but it's a hard metal woody door in front of you. You can't get out of this. It's like Alcatraz. But I did get out of it. Travel, speak to people. These days we have emails, phone calls, reading book, anything. Because we don't have to experience all of the failures. I just said failures are part of being successful and better person, but some failures are avoidable and they are expensive. So if I ask someone and say, oh gosh, don't cut that artery because the patient is going to bleed out, well, I would rather to listen that from someone instead of losing my patient. So some of them, it's worth hearing from the others, learning from the others, because it's going to cost you a lot. I always look up into inspirational people. Elon Musk, Steve Johnson, people like that. You can't hear their words enough. And we are lucky that Elon Musk is still alive, so we can still hear from him. Just because you don't see a path, it doesn't mean it's not there. You just have to connect these dots together to get to your goal. If you can even see those, maybe ask help from people who can show it to you. When I was in dorm and university, I was sleeping on the floor of my, other roommates. Instead of thinking that, look at my life, I'm sleeping on the floor, I don't even have a mattress, blah, blah, blah. I was thinking, I'm studying in the best university of Iran, and I have lots of potential to go higher, going abroad, because I'm that a student, and my path is going to be smoother than someone who is studying in, something else in a much lower rank school in Iran. So I always try to take positivity out of what was in front of me and the struggle that I was going through. All of your knowledge will one day become handy, so don't feel you wasted your time and energy on something. Every single thing we learn today will add up and make us someone better than who we were yesterday, and that would make us a better person, a more useful person, and closer to our goal. Love what you do. Love your goal. Set it for yourself. Don't force yourself to love something. Don't force yourself to be someone because of family and cousins and friends. No, because you're the one who is going to work hard. So if you set your goal, if you love it, you're going to get it. Sometimes life is going to hit you so hard, but don't let that life and that hard, harsh punches in the face put you down. There must be a way to get back on your feet and move forward. And try to have plans and people or something for those moments that you need help. Get helpless, that's normal, but don't get hopeless. Don't lose hope. The only way to do a great work is to love your work. Love gives hope. Keep looking and digging and going forward. Don't settle down for something small. Don't give up. Okay, the sad part, it's not a sad part, it's a reality, is death. Live your day like it's the last day of your life. Try to make the most out of it. And if 2 days is the same, I would do silly things that I make today different from yesterday. Like I would just iron my hair. Doing silly something, just enough to make my 2 days don't look the same. Do things for yourself, not for the others. That way you don't need their approval. You just need yourself to feel better. Today, I'm happy I didn't disappoint people who helped me to be here. I'm not happy that I showed them, well, thank you that you sent me here or you told me I can do it. I did it. Thank you. I owe you my life. I'm happy I didn't disappointed them. And I hope that I would do that for someone or some other people in future. Your time is limited. Nobody lives forever, so don't waste it. Today could be your last chance to teach someone how to be hopeful and useful. Follow your heart, intuition, and goals. I love watch amazing inspirational documentaries like Countdown. It's on Netflix. Maybe check it out. I love those, but people are different. Goal, dream big, and be hopeful towards that. The bigger the dream, the bigger should be your hope. The harsher is going to be the path. And the harsher is going to be the failures. You have to get started at any time. Never is late. You don't have to be creative. You just need to be focused. And you have to be a hard worker. Don't try to be someone. Like, I don't want to be Elon Musk. I don't want to just do change in the internet. I want to be a good surgeon. So do your goals. Set them yourself. Determine them yourself. Not let any other person do it for yourself. Otherwise, you're not going to work hard towards it. And you're going to lose hope so fast. Never be embarrassed for asking for help and asking your questions. But make sure you ask them from the right person. And who is the right person? That's a good question. Successful people, humble people, people that ego didn't get into them, those are the good people to ask your questions. If they're teaching you math you didn't understand, there's no embarrassment to asking your question. It's embarrassment to not know the answer, but there is no embarrassment to ask a question. You don't need a cushion to fall back on. It's good to have one, but it's not a necessity. And like I said, I know people are more successful who didn't have that cushion behind their back. Have a role in the world that makes you meaningful, useful. And when people come and tell me, let's say my students or my friends or my siblings, that, you told us this one day and I don't remember. I'm like, that changed my life. I just thought, well, maybe she's right. Let's just do it. Don't give up. That's the bottom line. When you give up, you're giving up the hope, and everything disappears when the hope is gone. Be the person who helps people like you 20 years ago that they could have been there to help you, so you would be a better person today. And don't ever let ego get into you. Help them to help people to reach their potentials and find and recognize their potentials. And if you can't, then direct them to people who can help them. We can all find the time to give a hand to someone who would truly benefit from it. We all know that. Because ultimately, her success makes us feel better about ourselves. I don't want to care about proud, which is true anyways, but I want to feel, I was useful. I did something. That's a big deal. Stop bringing excuses. Look at the number of people who started from nothing, from minus, and look at where they are now. Excuses are the first line of defense mechanism of our body, of our mental status or condition. Don't let that happen. To just say, I knew this is going to happen. I did the wrong thing. Blaming yourself. No. Care about everyone else too. Don't let ego get into you. After all, we are all human. And we're equally the same. Regardless of our, I don't know, color, culture, religion, the passport we hold, I don't know, our degrees, we're the same. I will just tell you how I got here and how those tiny helps of people who told me, you can do it. And myself, seeing those people and say, well, she's my age. She also had this and this and this. I don't have those problems. If she got there, I can get there too. So I really didn't have much people to help me. I unfortunately had very close people to disencourage me and tell me, don't bother, you're never gonna get there. I knew what I want to do. I knew always I want to be a surgeon. I needed to be independent woman. I didn't want to ask for money from my daddy or mommy or husband. And I wanted to be a flawless surgeon. I'm not there. I may never get there, but that's the dream. That's the goal. Be conscious of what you're capable to do. Because when you know your abilities, your talents, you can put that goal and dream more precise than not knowing so much about yourself. We all have watched the movie Taken, that towards the end that, the guy says, I'll find you, I'll kill you. And then the person is like, good luck, sarcastically. Sometimes that good luck, you're going to say, good luck to you, because I'm going to grow harder and I'm going to beat you. And 2 people told me that good luck thing. One in Toronto, University of Toronto, one in McGill, University of Montreal. I would love to meet that person in Toronto and tell him, remember you told me good luck and you hung up on me? Here I am. Sometimes the start is vague. I was lucky mine wasn't. I knew I wanted to become a surgeon, but that's okay. Even when it's vague, you can still find a way to determine what you want to be, what are your potential, if you can get there or not. It just means you have to work a bit harder. If your prior assumptions were not precise and right about yourself, correct them and then move forward. I never had that person to applaud for me but myself, and that's okay. Myself means a word to me because that's the most important person to me. And I've said it just minutes ago. Not my parents, not my kids, not my friends. It's me. Nothing is impossible. And I said, impossible is impossible. I just believe it that way. I don't like to overload my goal because the primary failures can cost a lot. And some people are more fragile than the other, that those failures may just put them down and keep it there. So be careful about your goals. You don't want to put your goal super big at the beginning of the path. I'm also a very optimistic person in life. I'm pessimistic when it comes to lesions, that they could be cancer, but I'm an optimistic person. I believe that I'm a lucky person. When I was studying my residency for surgery in Canada, there was this guy saying, the Canadian board is really difficult. And you can only take it 3 times. I remember telling him, I never took one exam twice. And I left his room. Believe in yourself that you can do it. And you will. There's always something or someone who holds you down or holds you back. Could be a person, could be culture, could be common sense, could be religion. It doesn't matter. Just focus on your goal and constantly look for the path and focus on your goal and be extremely hopeful and hard worker. Our world today is very luxurious than 50 years ago, even 5 years ago. Equality. We still need to work on that. Equality is still not 100%, but it's better than where it was. I can start it from my clinic, that's how I treat my patients, and I can continue to the grocery store when there's a queue. We can all work towards it. We don't need big laws in common house and, Senate and stuff like that. Live in your imagination that is filled by big dreams, don't live in your past, don't live in your history. Your imagination is yours. Don't let anyone take over it. Don't let anyone have any power of it. Someone's opinions of you doesn't have to be the reality, and don't let it be. I remember, this is the only part of fashion in this thing. I went to Dior store in Europe. I was a student, I was poor, and I wanted to try the Lady Dior in, I don't think I want to ever buy it. It was like patent leather red. The security almost didn't let me go in. And then eventually I went in, I wanted to, don't touch it. So the lady comes in and then she put a band on me that was connected to something and this thing and the elastic. And then she's like, don't touch the bag, just don't touch the bag. I'm like, okay. So she's showing me and I'm like, one day I'm gonna kick your ass. Or I used to do this with watches, like, just go try Rolex watches for fun. And the reaction of people, because you dress poor, it's sad, but it's true. And up to today, it's still like that. It's very sad, but it's true. I wish one day we don't judge people when they walk into your, clinic, store, whatever you want to call it, company, based on how they're dressing. How expensive is the bag? I can not have a house and a car, but just have the damn bag. Why would you judge me based on a stupid bag? That's how the world is, unfortunately. Degrees, PhDs, college, stuff like that, they don't define you. In fact, unfortunately, most of people who do get those degrees, the ego just grows in them and it just becomes a disaster. Find a way to win despite your failures. Surround yourself with people who can help you to go through your challenges and move forward. If you don't have those people, find them, look for them. And if you still don't have them, then you have to be that person for yourself. Don't have those friends that say, well, if it was doable, I would have done it. If it was doable, my sister would have done it. I'm sorry, but you controlled you. You don't want those people. I don't have those people. And like I said, your goals have to be beyond your comfort zone. You have to become uncomfortable to get something that is out of your comfort zone. Don't lock yourself in a box. Otherwise, there would be no next level to go higher. In fact, use that box as a step to go higher. Delete a jealous friend, even if the friend is a long-standing friend. Jealousy is very, very scary. Be careful. So many places to find inspiration. Like I said, Facebook, YouTube, TV, Twitter, Instagram, speeches, recordings, meeting in person, participating in meetings, gathering. Oh my gosh, you call it. This was not the life I had 20 years ago. Work hard, be focused, focus on your goal and dreams, dream big, work hard, never lose hope, and believe in yourself. Failures are the start point for your success, not the other way around. Don't let them put you down. They can be used as a step and a big step towards your higher success. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was useful. and goodbye until the next video. I'm gonna have a couple of unboxing of bags that they are less than $1,000 and $2,000, but they're chic, they're elegant, they look nice, but they're not Chanel or Dior, but they still look nice, and you can enjoy and having them, and be fancy and proud. Thank you so much. Take care and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye.